Let's get in the car, loser. We're talking weight loss. Hello, mon ami. This is your host, Valkyrie Rain. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody's outside. If you inside, it's because it's way too hot. Summer is here. It literally started last week and my back's still big, child. Still big, but that's okay. And this episode today is talking about how we need to appreciate where we are, whenever we are, and just know that we're going to get to where we want to be. All right. So today I'm going over some more weight loss content regarding my journey through losing and gaining weight and how it started and all that jazz. So today we're going over a few things that I wish I knew before I had weight loss surgery. I had weight loss surgery in 2020. I had it in Mexico during a freaking pandemic, so to speak. And there's a few things that I wish that I did ahead of time before having the surgery, just kind of like mental health things that I think everybody should kind of keep in check. First, my weight started more so in childhood. Around the ages 8 to 9, I started to realize that there was issues with me gaining weight and, longer conversations at the doctors when I would have my checkups. At one point, I realized, I think I was 9, me and my brothers went to our doctor's office, doing our checkups before school and everything. And this was like the first pinpoint moment that I realized I was overweight and that it was not cute that I was a cute little funny chocolate chubby girl in my family. My brothers weighed in, and I've always weighed more than my younger brother, which was expected because I was older. But now my older brother, who's 6 years older than me, he was 172. And at the time I was like 178. And I think I was either 8 or 9. And that's when the doctor made kind of like a thing like, hey, your daughter's she's too heavy, right? So just to start there, that's where I realized I started having more talks, and every doctor's visit was like, oh, she's gaining weight. But it's like my diet isn't changing. There's no activity. So it's kind of like I was gaining weight gradually, but it's like my mom was concerned. She didn't want to put me on medication or anything like that. And then after a while, I transitioned to seeing a different doctor than my brothers. Now that I'm reflecting back, it looks like they sent me to a specialist to check my sugar and make sure that I wasn't diabetic, pre-diabetic, and all that jazz. And I'm going to go into this journey of like me going to the doctor at a younger age with you guys on a separate episode, just saying like how there's a lot of things that can be prevented just with knowledge and nutrition. If we know better, we'll do better. So one of the things that I wish I did before I had weight loss surgery was had like a full blood panel done just to confirm if there was any like underlying issues. And I say that to say, because as of right now, I now realize I have a form of PCOS and hypothyroidism. I can't even say it. Hypothyroidism, where my thyroid gland does not produce enough T4 hormones to make my metabolism kick in. Now, had I known this information when I was younger, there could have been a lot of things that I could have changed as far as activity levels, what type of activity that I do, what do I eat, what shouldn't I eat, that kind of thing. And there's so much more when it comes to weight loss too. I was definitely someone who thought, oh, okay, maybe if I stop eating all the candies and sweets, that will make me lose weight. And when I did do before I had my official weight loss surgery, I did go through a natural weight loss journey, and I did cut out sugars and sodas and processed foods. Not all of them, but most of them. And I did see differences, but there was I could never keep the weight down, and I could never understand why I wouldn't lose weight fast or consistent, how everybody else doing what I'm doing was, getting done. Also, I had a great issue with like working out. I love working out. I'm a Taurus. Like it's in my nature. I love lifting iron. I love running on a treadmill. I would love to run in real life one day, eventually. I'm not there yet. But it's like, I like working out. I like being active. I like, running around. And I would love to work out. And I'm working out, pumping iron, killing myself in the gym. And I'm not getting any results. And it was just so frustrating. And I was just saying, like, what is wrong with me? So had I had a full-blown panel done and saw a nutritionist, I could have understood that I had some issues with my hormones and endocrinologic system. And that's a lot of things that as a woman we go through, especially when it comes to weight gain and pregnancy and postpartum. Our hormones, like they tell us about our hormones. And I feel like the only thing they would say is like, oh yeah, hormones make you PMS, or she has an attitude, her period's coming. But no, like sometimes your hormones are what is driving you crazy. Yes. And it's what makes you gain weight, hold on to weight, not lose weight. You could literally starve yourself and still not lose weight, it's so many factors to it. So definitely wish I would have had a full blood panel. And also I would have researched, another thing I would have done is researched lifestyle changes. Like I should have watched more people's videos about what they wish they didn't do before surgery. Like when I see content like that, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be psyched out. But it's like sometimes you do have to kind of like take a, pros and con list and compare like what is everybody going through? What is like a common denominator here? And one of the things that comes up in the VSG community is that social interactions change. Like everybody in their like especially American culture and most cultures, especially the ones that apply to me, which is American culture and Haitian culture, involve dinners, eating out, drinking, social gatherings. And when people ask me to go out and eat, I cringe now. It's like, I do not want to go outside. Like, ma'am, everybody's having 2, 3, 4 plates. I'm having 2, 3, 4 bites. And it's like a whole science project. Like when I go out and eat, while everyone is having their appetizers, I am drinking and I'm ordering an appetizer to come out with their entrees. So by the time I'm done drinking, I can feel the buzz, but then eat at the same time everybody else is eating. And that way we could all be kind of on the same wave. Like I just have to, that's my method. Because again, as a VSG patient, you cannot eat and drink within the same setting. Now I can, which is bad. But it's like, you're not supposed to eat and drink at the same setting. And also you can throw up that way. It really messes up with your system with digestion and all that jazz. So eating now, it's like I'm usually done or full or satiated while everybody's still laughing and getting drunk. And I'm just like, this is boring. Can we speed this up? Like, what's going on? So it's like after a while, you just kind of get bored and you're just watching people eat. So in settings like that, I end up being like the entertainment. I'm doing the talking because I'm not eating. So it's kind of like a little Val show sometimes. But, sometimes I'm not trying to be out there like that. So these are some of the things that I wish that, I would have researched more so I would have understood. I mean, granted, I don't go out and eat. That's just not my thing to do anymore. And I love eating. Like, I'm a Taurus. Baby, we love to eat. So the fact that I can't even eat how I used to chow down no more, that took a lot to adjust from. Especially, like, as I said in my previous video, it was almost like a game to get a snack and to pick at things and eat. And also, another thing that I wish I knew was that why certain people were slow losers versus fast losers. And what that is I am someone who would be considered a slow loser. And something that I realized that a lot of slow losers had PCOS as well, or opted for the bypass surgery, which I did not want to reroute and do all that. That just wasn't for me. But with being a slow loser, a lot of people with my demographic, like 5'9", 300 plus pounds, they lost 150 pounds or like 50% of their weight. And I lost closer to 90 to 100 pounds. I was in between there for my first year, and I lost it at slow increments. So not only was I a slow loser, I was also still in that mindset of when I was doing my natural weight loss, like, hey, I'm following things by the book. I'm eating how they say I should be eating. I'm working out when I'm working out. But then it's also like, I'm tired. I'm also anemic as well. So I'm tired and I can't keep up. My adrenals are depleted. And the whole thing is, yes, I lost weight and a lot of things did change where I felt healthier. I had less pressure. My endocrine system was much better. My reproductive system was definitely way more healthier than it has ever been throughout my, adult life. So all these ups, I still had these downs, and I still had that mental issue of I'm trying. Why isn't it happening? And that mindset within itself puts a lot of stress on the body. You incite your adrenals, all the stress hormones, the cortisol through the roof, and all these issues, again, back to hormones, they disrupt weight loss. So I wish I had a better understanding of hormones and how that affects weight loss. So that way I would have known that I wouldn't have blamed myself for being a quote unquote failure to what I thought was success. Just realizing like, it's your body. You were born this way. It's not your fault. It's not like you're at home eating 16 cookies. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're doing the work. And also to teach myself patience, because I'm definitely an impatiently patient person. Lastly, I wish that I would have had therapy prior to starting my weight loss journey via surgery, just so that, again, like I just mentioned, learning how to appreciate where I am in life and not to really beat myself up while I'm going through the process. Like, for instance, my lowest weight was 225 pounds. And that was like a year and a half after my surgery that I got down to that low. And I remember thinking in that process of losing, because by then I had lost 100 pounds. I remember in that process thinking, wow, I lost a lot of weight. I'm like, but I look like melted ice cream. I have loose skin everywhere. Like, yeah, my stomach's not protruding anymore, but I have loose skin on my thighs, my arms, my stomach, my butt is flatter. I look like melted ice cream. And I would just pick at myself. Even though I lost 100 pounds, I was the healthiest I've ever been in my waking life, apart from childhood, not in pain, like everything is working right. I could not take the time to find beauty in the melted, quote unquote, melted ice cream body that I had. I couldn't find success in where I was at. I was still mind fucking myself thinking that I'm a failure. And obviously a lot of these mindsets stem from childhood trauma, and all types of other psychological underlying issues. And this is where I think like therapy could have helped me understand my body dysmorphia better and embrace it. Because now, baby, let me tell you, I wish I had that melted ice cream body. Because now my ice cream cone is looking quite full. I've gained like 25 pounds. And when I noticed my weight gain, I was just, and that was actually painful for me too. I started reverting back to the version of myself before I had the weight loss surgery, where I'm not on camera as much. I'm hidden. I'm not going out. I'm like putting myself back into this box that I created, my safety net. And then I thought to myself, like, no, I understand that, weight fluctuates. I had to sit myself down and be like, have you been doing what you are consistently supposed to be doing? Am I drinking enough water? No. Am I taking my vitamins? No. Am I eating the right things? No, not all the time. So why would you expect to not gain weight, Yes, just like I was a slow loser, I'm also a slow gainer too. It's gradual. That's how my weight gain has been my whole life. So it was really just taking the time to figure out, you know what, Val, we got to get it together. It's okay. And in my mind, my ego's like, bitch, we ain't going back. We ain't going back. I already cut my stomach off. What the heck? We had the journey. We're still in the journey. We're not going back. And I could have taken the moment to be, whoa, it's me, get on Ozempic. No shade to Ozempic girlies, because Ozempic really is for the girlies with PCOS, with postpartum, with hormonal issues that are really, and it's a really groundbreaking drug. I don't trust the FDA like that, but it's groundbreaking and it's really helping and changing lives. But my spirit told me, Val, we need to get back to the basics and do what we got to do and appreciate yourself where you're at. Because this is just like how weight fluctuates. Life fluctuates. Good things happen, bad things happen. Things aren't always going to be perfect, but we need to learn how we need to just stop, embrace the moment, and appreciate where you're at, even if it's not where you want to be. Just know that you're not where you were yesterday and you're further along your journey, and that every pitfall or stop in the road, you're meant to just stop, take a look, breathe, and jump and absorb the moment and realize who you are in that moment doesn't define who you'll be. And just know that you have a purpose and believe in yourself. It's so easy to get distracted and forget. And life's like some of us are raising children. We're married. Life is lifing. We're taking care of our elders. Life is lifing for most of us out here, for everybody. It's just like, take the time to appreciate the melted ice cream, to appreciate the sun, to appreciate the fact that we have lungs, to appreciate the fact that we have lungs, to appreciate the fact that we have air in our lungs. Okay, a lot of us did not make it out of 2020. We did not make it out of COVID. Like, we're here, we're alive, we're experiencing this world. We got to do better, and we got to treat ourselves better. So, to conclude, I wish I would have had the blood work and did more science and figure out what was the key to my weight gain and why I was gaining weight or hard for me to lose weight. And just say, hey, maybe this is like a genetic factor. Figure out the steps so that way I could have taken that before I had weight loss surgery. And granted, with these steps, I may have not had surgery. Who knows where I could have been with consistency and knowledge. Not to shade anyone who has had it or is thinking about having it, but just know that with every decision, there is a consequence. And those were a few of my consequences. And even now, I still seek therapy to help with my mindset, to help with how I see the world. Because I am undoing decades of body dysmorphia from every single era of my childhood, which I'll go into in different episodes here and there. But, give yourself grace, y'all. Life is lifing. Summer is here, and summer's getting all the stretch marks. All right. Just know that I love you guys. Thank you for listening. This is your host, Valkyrie Rain. If you like it, I love it. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share it with a friend. If you know somebody's back got a little big, they was trying to lose it, they didn't get it together for summer, go ahead and send them this video. Just let them know that you're not alone. We're here. We're there. We're everywhere. Have a blessed day, guys. Bye.